Just ahead on News Channel 13 live at noon, an Albany man is sentenced for having child porn. Plus, will we have to deal with rain today? Paul is tracking your first warning forecast. And
it's time for some training, and I'm not talking about boot camp. What the National Guard is doing to prepare against a legitimate threat. Coming up next.
From WNYT Albany, News Channel 13 live at noon begins right now.
Good afternoon, everyone. Thank you for joining us. I'm Dan Levy, and we're following several breaking stories right now. We begin with a deadly motorcycle crash. A Galway man is dead after an accident in Argyll on Friday. Investigators say 45-year-old Eric Larson was thrown off his motorcycle after veering into a car on County Route 48 right around 5 o'clock. Larson suffered multiple serious injuries and was later pronounced dead. No one else was hurt. More tragedy to report, this time in Washington County, where a Granville man has drowned. Investigators say 24-year-old Brett Hilliker entered the Meadowee River around 10 a.m. on Wednesday and never came out. Police say he was disabled. The drowning is believed to be accidental, and that investigation tonight is ongoing. In other news, a Vermont fugitive wanted in more than one state is arrested right here in New York. 48-year-old Todd Slade was found on County Route 18 in the town of Hampton, Washington County, on Friday. Slade is facing several charges in Vermont and Colorado. This includes an assault-related charge and a violation of abuse order. Slade was arraigned and will be extradited to Vermont. Two teens are accused of stealing a gun from a woman in Cairo. State troopers responded to a report of a stolen handgun on Main Street Monday. The gun owner provided a ride for both teens to a local store. After dropping them off and returning home, the victim realized her handgun was missing from her purse. State troopers arrested one teen on Tuesday and the other on Wednesday. The teens were charged with grand larceny and criminal possession of a weapon, both out on an appearance ticket, and will return to family court at a later date. A Schenectady felon is sentenced to serve nearly 6 years in prison for multiple drug-related crimes. 39-year-old Ralph St. Croix admitted to selling fentanyl-laced heroin 3 times in 2020. He also pleaded guilty to possessing 2 firearms to guard the drugs and cash. This case is part of Project Safe Neighborhoods, an evidence-based program to reduce violent crime. An Albany man is sentenced to over 12 years in prison for child pornography. 58-year-old Christopher Pratt admitted to distributing and receiving and possessing child pornography files over the internet through a peer-to-peer file sharing program. Pratt also admitted to storing numerous child porn images on his laptop. Once out of prison, Pratt faces 15 years of supervised release. Round Lake welcomed members of the National Guard to town today. They were there for wildfire training. The Army's Special Ops Black Hawk helicopter. It hovered over the lake to scoop up nearly 700 gallons of water at a time, then released it back into the lake. The goal is to teach air crews how to fly with the weight of the water below the aircraft to put out wildfires.
It's something that should have been done a long time ago because you know, the areas that they get into, they've had no protection for years, and it's a shame. It's a shame. It's a good move. I hope they do more.
The New York National Guard responded to 3 wildfires in New York back in 2018. Superheroes are invading MVP Arena this summer. The arena is showing a Marvel movie on the big screen on the front of the building for 4 Sundays from July to September. The Red Bookshelf will also be at each event with free books, superhero appearances, and local authors for a meet and greet. All movies start at 4:30 p.m. and they're free to the public. South Pearl Street will close in front of the arena at 3:30 p.m. each movie night. The first movie, The Black Panther, is being played this Sunday, so bring your coolers, your lawn chairs, and your blankets and enjoy the superhero fun. All right, time now to head over to Paul Cayano for a look at your first warning forecast hour by hour. Paul?
Hey, Dan, gorgeous day in progress across the region, as evidenced by the shot here out at Lake George. A lot of sunshine, a lot of water activity going on, some boats and some jet skis, as well as some parasailing. If we can get one of those in the shot eventually, you can see some puffy fair weather cumulus clouds, as well as some high clouds at 81 degrees. Officially in Albany, it's 80, some high 70s and lower 80s common on this day across the capital region with a good amount of sunshine going on. First morning live Doppler radar is quiet. A couple showers way out in the western Adirondacks up near Inlet and Old Forge. There's a thunderstorm, but again, most of the activity is going to remain widely scattered to isolated today as we have a storm system south and east of Long Island, an upper level disturbance over us, so perhaps 1 or 2 passing showers this afternoon. Otherwise, we'll see temperatures climb into the lower and mid 80s with comfortable humidity for daytime highs. We'll talk a lot more about the weather coming ahead as we get into the latter portion of the week and the weekend. Details coming up in just a bit. Dan.
Paul, thank you very much. We turn to sports. Juan Soto being traded to the San Diego Padres. He joins Manny Machado and Fernando Tatis Jr. on a star-studded roster that is chasing a World Series title. Also included in the deal, alongside Soto, is first baseman Josh Bell. The Padres are sending a haul of highly touted prospects to Washington in exchange. Soto was moved after he declined a 15-year extension worth $440 million. And Kevin Durant may be on the move once again. The future Hall of Famer has requested a trade from the Brooklyn Nets. There's no doubt there will be a lot of suitors across the league for one of the greatest scorers the league has ever seen. And the Celtics have emerged as a favorite to land the star. The Celtics swept the Nets out of the playoffs last year in the first round. Former heavyweight champion Mike Tyson will be back in the capital region this weekend. He's in town for Mike Tyson Fight Night. The event is for pro and amateurs in mixed martial arts. A weigh-in ceremony will be held at 3 o'clock this afternoon at Rivers Casino and Resort in Schenectady. And the event will take place tomorrow at the Empire State Plaza Convention Center in Albany. Tyson will be providing live ringside commentary. On Monday, 3 local players were selected on the second day of the 2022 Major League Draft of baseball. One of those players was Dale Stanovich, a left-handed pitcher from Amsterdam and Rutgers University. The Miami Marlins chose him in the 8th round after he finished with an impressive 2.10 ERA. Stanovich was also a standout high school football player back in the day. Dale was on the all-Big Ten first team after allowing just 8 unearned runs in 34 1/3 innings. And finally, Kevin Huerter has a new team to play for next season and a new look. Huerter is now playing for the Sacramento Kings after a trade from Atlanta. Kevin is rocking a headband next year and looking to take his game to another level this season. All right, thanks for joining us. Our next newscast starts at 5 a.m. Have a great afternoon. We'll see you soon.